The police were already outside, already waiting. They had no idea. September 5th, a Tuesday. Nothing special about it. Two women walked into a sporting goods store. They had a little boy with them, 6 years old. His name was Diesel. They looked like any other customers. Nobody gave them a second look. But the security team, they were watching, and something felt off. One of the women had a large quilted bag, and she was filling it, slowly, quietly, moving through the store like she belonged there, while sliding merchandise into that bag one item at a time. Here is the part that takes it to another level. That bag, she picked it up inside the store too. She didn't walk in with it, she walked in with nothing. And she was walking out with everything. Security had seen enough. They pulled up the camera footage, confirmed she didn't bring that bag in, confirmed the merchandise, and then they picked up the phone and called 911. By the time those two women walked out of that store feeling like they had gotten away with it, the police were already outside, already waiting. They had no idea. No chase. No dramatic foot pursuit. The women walked straight into it. One of them moved toward a car parked nearby, started looking for her keys. The officer stepped in. Stay away from the vehicle. She said it wasn't even her car, said it was her husband's. Didn't matter. Nobody was going anywhere. The loss prevention officer came outside and told the responding officers everything. She walked in without that bag. They checked the camera, confirmed it. The bag was full of merchandise, and the bag itself was stolen too. The officer walked up to her and kept it simple. Do you have a receipt for anything? She said no. He said, just be honest with me. And she was. She admitted it right there in that parking lot. Said yes, she had taken merchandise. Even tried to explain that she had bought one outfit and taken another, but the admission was clear. When they added up everything in that bag, it came out to over $400. In Illinois, that is a felony, not a warning. Not a fine, a felony. The officer told her straight. She understood, and for a moment, just a brief moment, it seemed like the worst was already over. It wasn't. He came from across the parking lot, moving fast, red hat, headed straight toward the scene. This was her brother, and he had seen enough to know his sister was surrounded by police, so he came, the way any brother would. The officer stepped toward him. This is an active investigation. Stay back. Your sister is okay. Give us some space. He didn't stay back. He kept coming closer. Not running, not swinging at anyone, but he wouldn't stop. Every time an officer told him to step back, he pushed back with words, said his sister was being treated unfairly, said he wasn't going anywhere. The officers kept their composure, told him again and again. Each warning he ignored. The thing is, you
talk your way into that, bud. Come out here and mouth off to us.
can understand it. Seeing your sister in handcuffs does something to you. Logic goes out the window, but understanding it and it being okay, those are two different things. He took one step too many. The officer made the call, loud and clear. Taser, taser, taser. That is the protocol. You announce it first. You give that final warning. He didn't stop. The taser was deployed, and he went down right there in that parking lot, in front of his sister, in front of Diesel.
Why?
He hit the ground, and the anger didn't stop. It got louder. From the ground he was shouting, saying he hadn't done anything, saying they had no right, saying it was racism. And the parking lot, which was already tense, completely exploded. His sister lost whatever composure she had left, started shouting too. Other people nearby started reacting. Multiple voices, multiple emotions, all of it hitting at once in the same place at the same time. The officers held it together, but this was no longer a routine shoplifting stop. And right in the middle of all of it, Diesel was screaming, not the angry screaming of the adults around him. The terrified screaming of a 6-year-old who had no idea what was happening, but knew something was very wrong. One officer walked away from the chaos, went straight to that car, opened the door gently, and spoke to that little boy in a completely different voice than everything else happening in that parking lot. Hey buddy, you're okay, I promise. Everything is going to be alright. That moment, quiet and small against everything exploding around it, was the most human thing that happened that entire afternoon. Let's talk about Diesel for a second. He didn't steal anything. He didn't obstruct anything. He woke up that morning and went where his mom took him. That's it. That's his whole involvement in this story. When the taser went off, when the screaming started, he had nothing to hold on to. He was 6. He just cried. Because what else do you do at 6 years old when the world around you falls apart? That officer who came to him asked him about dinosaurs. Diesel said no. Officer asked what he liked. Diesel said he liked playing with people, said he played soccer, and for just a minute, in the middle of that parking lot, it was just a man and a little boy talking about soccer. Small moment, but for Diesel, probably the only moment that day that felt safe. When it was time to figure out where he would go, his mom, still in handcuffs, asked that he go with her friend, the friend who was there but had nothing to do with the theft, the friend who was free to leave. Diesel was walked over to her, got in the car, and left, without his mom. In the middle of everything, she told the officers she was diabetic, type 2, 6 years, and right now her sugar was high. She was dizzy, head spinning, felt like she was going to pass out. The officer asked her straight, "Do you want me to call EMS?" She said yes, and he called. No debate, no dismissal, he called. Because it doesn't matter what someone did, if they need medical attention while in your custody, you get the medical attention. That is not optional. She was 32 years old, in handcuffs, in a parking lot, watching her son leave without her, watching her brother deal with the aftermath of a taser, and her body was done. The stress of that afternoon had taken everything out of her physically. EMS came, she was checked out, and the charges were still there waiting for her. Medical attention doesn't erase that. But at least she wasn't left to collapse on the pavement. When everything settled, the charges were filed. Retail theft, resisting arrest, obstructing justice. 3 charges. One afternoon. The retail theft was the foundation, over $400 in stolen merchandise, felony level. The resisting arrest came from refusing to get out of the car when the officer told her to, and obstructing justice, everything surrounding her brother, the interference, the escalation. 3 charges that will follow her, not just that day, but through every background check, every job application, every moment going forward where someone decides to look into who she is. And then there was the car. Registration expired, no insurance. The car was getting towed, simple as that. So here is what that afternoon cost. Her freedom, at least for now. The car, gone. Her son driven away without her. Her brother on the ground in a parking lot. Her health crashing in the middle of it all. All of it from one bag. One decision inside that store. The tow truck came, hooked up the car, pulled away, and somewhere Diesel went home without his mom that night. Waiting for things to go back to normal. Just waiting.